guys, today we are going to touch on a subject that kind of is something I can't believe we haven't spoken about before, given that this is kind of what brought this channel to be. And it's going to be size, not necessarily kind of plus size, regular size, petite or whatever, but just size in general and what it means to you, and what you kind of identify with, how it makes you feel, and how it kind of affects you, I suppose, what size you are,
how it's affected you through your life, things like that, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean,
and whether or not it does affect you.
I wouldn't say my size doesn't affect me. I embrace my size, but it's took me a long time to get to that. Like when I was a lot younger, obviously I'm a larger person, but when I was younger, growing up, I always used to be like, oh, I wish I was thinner, I wish I was this. It was a lot of insecurities, much like a lot of teenage girls go through anyway. But I think when you're a bigger person, you have that aspect as well. As I've gotten older, I've embraced it a lot more. And as I've been blogging...
Really weird noise over there.
Yeah.
It's like...
Is it a snake?
I have no idea.
As I've been blogging, or plus size blogging, I have embraced my size more so. I don't think, because this is the thing, there's been a lot of controversy in the press lately with plus size fashion, plus size bloggers, plus size documentaries and things that people have said, and we won't talk about that because that just gives them more whatever.
There's been enough talk
about it, and I feel that as much as I'm a plus size blogger, I wish that it was just fashion.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, I do understand it to a degree, because it gives like a sense of community, and there are people I feel that need a little bit of maybe a reassurance, or they just need to feel a part of something, and that works for any kind of blogging community.
Yeah, not just plus size beauty blogging.
But I kind of wish it was just a fashion community. Why does it have to be segregated? Why does everything have to be separate?
Well, because I feel that in fashion industries they have kind of segregated you. Like there's a lot of places where I wish
that I could,
I wish I could have a plus size range. So when brands bring out plus size fashion, or there are plus size brands out there, of course you're gonna jump on that, and there will be a plus size community, and we're all embracing that because we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
And that's what that sense of community is. And I love the plus size community, and I love the friends that I've made in the plus size community, but sometimes I just wish it was just
one thing.
Fashion. We're fashion bloggers. We range from a size 2 to a size 132, whatever.
Whatever it might be.
It
should just be one thing.
Yeah.
But like you said, I think it's got a lot to do with kind of commercial brands and stuff and what's available.
Yeah.
And I thought a lot about this. Like when we've been trying to find things for our style any size series, we've tried to find items that are the same, and it is so difficult. And a lot of the time, because we've talked about it and we've said, why can't they make a range that goes from whatever size to whatever size? Why does it always have to be kind of, it starts from a certain size and goes up, or it goes from a really low size and goes up to plus size? Why can't they just have one item that fits everyone? And it's not even, you could talk about cut. Well, it's cut for a certain whatever. But that's not even the case, because I feel like plus size clothing, I don't know about you, but I feel like everything's cut for curves.
Yeah.
And plus size doesn't mean curves.
No,
that's a shape. That is not a size.
No, I agree.
So there's no good reason, as far as I'm concerned, that a range, apart from cost, there's no good reason that a range couldn't span from, I don't know, a 4 to a 34.
It's the brands, I think, and as much as there are plus size brands out there, which is great, I think that certain brands don't want to promote obesity and all that kind of stuff, and that's what it is, isn't it? They want the healthy range, I suppose.
Yeah.
But who's to say that just because I'm a size whatever, I'm unhealthy?
Healthy is different person to person.
Health is different to you can
and
be
slim does not mean health.
You can be whatever size you are and still be healthy.
Yeah, I mean, as we've discussed on many occasions, usually over dinner, what we eat is not any different, really. Like, I don't eat any better or any less than Emma does, but people are the size that they are naturally, and if you're not talking about kind of medication getting involved or genuine, overeating, I think it's kind of really difficult to give people a hard time because of the size that they are, because you have no idea what is behind that, or why they are the size that they are.
Yeah.
And how that might affect them.
I know. I mean, when I was growing up, I used to feel really self-conscious. I've always been bigger. You know, the only time I got down to a large 12, 14 is when I got married. In the gym every single day. I used to have diet shakes or, you know, whatever. They made me so poorly. So poorly. You lose weight quickly, yes, given.
But people automatically think, oh, she's lost a lot of weight, so she's healthier now.
Yeah. Oh, you look great.
And that's not
fantastic.
the case.
So you thought I looked shit before?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Be happy being you.
Yeah.
You
I think that's kind of the general message that we want to put out there, is that if that's how you feel, if you're feeling anything towards kind of your size or your shape or whatever else, you have to kind of just embrace what you are.
You want to embrace it, but great. Sometimes you are unhappy and you want to make changes, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. If you want to diet and you want to,
if you want to be
if
healthy,
you want to change yourself, but don't let anybody else change.
No.
You have to want to do it.
Don't feel bad about it because of what someone else has said.
Exactly.
Or made you feel.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, like I say, when I was growing up, it was I used to hate it. I used to hate people watching me eat because they would. Oh, she must eat so much. And I thought, oh, better order a salad so it looks like I'm on a diet. And now I think a lot of it is as I've gotten older, I'm more of a.
It's all worrying what other people think.
Yeah.
Let's face it. If we all stopped worrying what anybody else thought about us, we'd probably just be a lot happier. In general, because a lot of it comes down to, oh, they're going to think X, Y, Z about me. No matter what it is in life, we feel like that.
Yeah, but I don't let my size define who I am.
No, you are plus size.
I am
you are
plus
not
size.
only plus size.
Yeah, I'm a whole load of other things, not just plus size. I like plus size fashion.
But this is, again, I kind of understand that it is. You are a plus size fashion blogger because that's what you are. But you are a fashion blogger.
Yeah.
And so on the one hand, I suppose people who are plus size and are looking for kind of outfit ideas or whatever, they'll look to a certain community because they know that they'll get those clothes in their size. They'll be able to be more accessible.
Exactly. We all love fashion and we all go to each other for inspiration. Fashion inspiration. And that's what I love about it.
Because you can look at someone else and be like, no, do you know what? She looks great.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to look great.
Because sometimes, even in plus size, for plus size brands, you can look at a picture of a model in the plus size clothes, and you look at it and you go, well, she's not the same shape as me.
Yeah.
You go to a fashion blogger who is pretty much the same shape as you, and you're like, oh, that's what it's going to look like. Oh, I might buy that.
But I feel, as someone kind of somewhere in between, I'm definitely not skinny, but I'm not quite what, stores would call plus size yet. Yet. Like, give me time. Yet. I'm working on it. But I feel like there's no kind of in between. I feel like fashion bloggers are either model thin or plus size, and there is no why, real in between.
But why? This is the thing. I don't think there should be an in between. There shouldn't be a.
There shouldn't be in anything.
There shouldn't be in anything. There should just be fashion.
There are so few fashion bloggers that I can kind of recall looking at this person. There's maybe 2 or 3 that I found ever, and thought, I'm going to follow this blog because she looks a similar size to me. I feel like people that are more my size have that real pressure on themselves to be as skinny as they can possibly be, because that's what fashion bloggers look like. And I think maybe that's why.
A bit like magazines, a bit like, yeah,
you just have that. I mean, it's the same with anything. You have that pressure to look like whoever, and the media and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But I do feel like there's no grey area. You are either plus size or you're a regular fashion blogger, and there's no room to be average.
What is average?
I don't know. I love the idea of fashion blogging. I love style posts and stuff, and I love to look to things like that for inspiration. But I just wish it was just all one thing. I wish that we could all be inspired by whatever, unless we are looking specifically for something, an item, a particular dress or whatever that we know will come in our size. Then I kind of feel like it should just be fashion blogging. It should just be style blogging. It's personal style. Who cares what your size is? It's got nothing to do with it, which is kind of why we created it in the first place, the Style Any Size series.
Because also, being a plus size fashion blogger, a lot of people jump to the assumption that, we all hang out together, which, yes, in a sense we do when we go to events and things.
But like
I have a lot of plus size blogger friends.
You would only be friends with plus size people.
Yeah. I'm not only, well, hello. That's not the case, and that's what I say, I don't let it define me.
Yeah.
It's not who.
You're not only.
I'm not only plus size. It's not the other string to my bow. I've got
like
many
you're not
other.
you would call yourself a plus size fashion blogger, but you wouldn't call yourself a plus size person. you're just a person.
Yeah.
You wouldn't like, you would never, like if you were a chef,
I'm just
you wouldn't
me.
walk around calling yourself a plus size chef.
No.
So it's one thing to kind of identify as plus size, but it's another thing to be identified as you are a plus size person.
I'm just Emma, and you're just Khila, and that's.
And we're just talking about this random shit.
Yeah, and that's. I don't know.
It's
I understand the concept of plus size, and I understand why it has to be there. Hell, I'm in it. Hello, but I just wish it was just.
I wish it wasn't an us and them situation.
Yeah.
I wish it was a we, us, just us,
Yeah.
everyone. I wish it wasn't plus size, non plus size, whatever size. I wish it was just like the fashion community was a fashion community. Because as a non plus size person, if we're going to call it that, I feel like I can't get involved in kind of chats to do with it. I can't. It also kind of. I don't want to say segregates. Doesn't really make any sense, but like. It pushes out people that maybe would want to get involved in something or want to talk about something, but they feel like they can't because it's not really involving them. And so again, it's
what do you feel like
separation.
it's because people wouldn't understand? Like you wouldn't understand.
Well, almost, yeah. Like I have no place to talk about something.
Yeah.
Like for example, in this video, there's probably plenty of people that think I have no place to talk about size because I'm average. But there'll be people that look at me and think that I'm fat. I've had people call me fat. I've had people say, "Oh, you're obviously a big girl." In outfit posts, and that's the kind of thing that could really affect you, but you have to realise that that's one person, and that's what they're kind of putting on you. They're like projecting
their insecurities on you.
Yes.
End of.
If that's how they see you, and that's all that they see, that's not you, that's them.
Yeah. And the need to comment on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not just plus size people who have issues with size, who have kind of confidence issues and things.
No.
Anyone can have that kind of issue.
No.
But we just kind of wanted to open up a little bit of a discussion and a chat and see what you thought, whether you think that having separate communities is a good idea, whether it should be all-encompassing. I just think in an ideal world, everyone would support everyone else and there would be no
You're going to have conflict.
controversy.
You're going to have conflict.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know.
But it does very much, at the moment, it does very much seem like an entirely separate community, which is really sad because we could all just be friends.
We could
all just be friends. We could all just get along and like the same things, and we can be like-minded and be two totally different sizes. I don't think that it affects your personality or who you are.
No.
And so I wish that the community was a little bit more open. I guess.
I agree.
On both sides.
What do you guys think?
That is what we want to know. So yeah. That's going to be our Let's Talk for today. Let us know if you have any other suggestions for topics for the next time we are together. And we will see what we can do. We are kind of like running out of non-controversial topics at this point. We're definitely getting closer to the wire without talking about things.
Do you want us to talk about just like other stuff? We could talk about makeup.
Let's talk about lipstick.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
One
whatever. You just tell us what you want us to talk about, or we're going to get really controversial. You might not.
We're talking
like
Jerry
this.
Springer controversial.
Yeah, bring out the lie detector. Maybe. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and we'll see you guys next time.